you know, there's like two truths to this episode right here, because, you know, in a way, 21 Savage is right. It's just entertainment. And then ultimately, to another somebody else listening to it, it really is real. You know what I mean? And that's the fucked up thing is, for me, that's how the whole world feels to me. I feel like after I got out of prison, the world that I used to know, like, I came back out here and I came into a whole nother like a reality, right? Like I did Beam Me Up Scotty and went into a whole nother, you know, a whole nother reality of life. But it looked the same though, in such a mind fuck, because it looked just the same, right? People still sound the same, but man, the whole motherfucking thing is changed, right? Everything around me changed. The morals, the ethics, the motherfucking code, you know, all this shit. And it just makes me want to be by my motherfucking self. You know what I mean? It's hard to come across like-minded individuals.
Yeah. This shit feel good. Feel like I'm walking down Sunset, mink on my back.
Thank God for the internet, because this little shit like this allow us to connect. This allow people with the same little frequencies that really be on the same shit to really connect, because we so far apart. You know, I'm gonna smoke, we gonna watch, and y'all tell me what y'all think.
Music glorifying the violence in the hood, but then in real life try to reform the hood and stop the hood from doing violent things. Can that exist? Can that happen? Are we cool with that? Now you see people like myself, I think of gangster music or trap music, I think of that as gym music, you know, pre-game before you go out to the club music. That's how I look at that music. Or something that chicks twerk to. That's how I visualize that music. But there are some folks that really use that music as their sliding music. The music that they use to prep themselves before they go and do gangster things, you know, dangerous things.
So y'all hear what he just said? He said, to him, trap music, gangster music, to him it's just like gym music. It's a beat that just turns you up before you go up in there and work out. For females, twerk. But to another group of people, it's sliding music. It's the shit they listen to before they go do their dirt. Now, my 2 cents on this right here, coming from where I come from, you know, at the end of the day, like, I feel like certain beats in rap, certain genres of rap, they're tribal in nature. The 808s, the beats, they bring out a warrior inside of a motherfucker. In the rap that I listen to is a depiction, to a degree, of my reality. You know, I remember back in the day, all motherfuckers rode on was Daytons and Spokes. 17s was like big rims. You know, man, the music I listened to was, you know, mute car music, shit that bump in the truck, that got the bass. You know, we out here motherfucking on the blacktop. You know, everything we can relate to somebody in California, we can relate to somebody in Texas, you know, easily, because they living under the same conditions that we living in back in Denver. And yeah, I'm gonna listen to some motherfucking trap, some gangster shit while I'm in the gym, but you know, I could tell the different psychology of how listening to that for an hour, or listening to R&B for an hour, kind of frequency I'll be on. And some people, you know, they may not feel like that, but I feel like me, being the individual on the level that I am spiritually, like, yeah, I peep it. And I gotta be careful, because believe me, I remember when I had a walk of faith. When I was in the faith, I'd shake them thoughts out of my head so quick. Now I'd be out here, I'd be like, God, please don't make me punch this motherfucker. I never thought like that before, but I've introduced this back into my system too a little bit. In the world at large is a lot more stressful to a degree in different elements than the penitentiary is. Now, the penitentiary is built on a respect factor. You know what I mean? Like, you know, out here in the world, there ain't no respect factor. Motherfucker elbow you, kick you, motherfucking walking by, and won't say excuse me, none of that shit. Like, those in the penitentiary are motherfucking killing offenses right there. You kick a motherfucker or elbow him when you walking by and don't say excuse me. Next time they see you in that chow hall, you might get a motherfucking pick in your head. But let me not get off track. Let's get back to it.
Now, when you are a rapper, you sing, things go on in the hood. I know it must be troubling when you like, man, we gotta do better, but at the same damn time, this is the type of music that made me who I am. How can I stop that? But let's go ahead and check this out. So right here we got 21 Savage. She put out a tweet that says, Atlanta, we have to do better, put the effing guns down. There's been a lot of crazy things going on in Atlanta. They're trying to go ahead and clamp down in Atlanta as well with so many new laws. This nuisance bill that they're trying to do what they can to deter people from doing wild and crazy things at clubs and stuff. They will shut certain clubs down if they have too many wild, violent incidents there. So you have 21 Savage saying that, but this person right here responds with his lyrics saying, spin the block twice, like they ain't nowhere to park. And this Jeff right here, you know, so people are like, yo, bro, you're being hypocritical because how could you make this type of music? But at the same damn time, be talking like this in real life. So 21 Savage responds saying, a song is for entertainment. It's not an instruction manual on how to live life. In real life, I give away a lot of money and spread financial literacy to my community. Stop trying to make me one-dimensional. So 21 Savage went to Instagram Live to address the criticism.
A lot of y'all just be getting on here just writing comments just to like try and get likes and shit and be cool and shit. That shit be lame. Like it's a lot of
Hold up real quick, because he gonna deter us off of what the main focus is. And the main focus was, he said, Atlanta, we need to put down the guns. Made a tweet about it. Everybody said, hey man, you being hypocritical by motherfucking making this music that talk about them but sliding. And if you know 21 Savage, you know, to a degree, or know of him, you know, ultimately, you know, he's a wise, he's a woken individual, right? To a degree, like, you know, you see him on the backdrop, motherfucking, you know, there's a lot more to the eye than how the lyrics hit, but he deemed his lyrics and his music as entertainment, which is a great way to make sure the feds and ain't no motherfucking anything come from that. It's like a parental discretion advisory, right? But we know he awoke, he conscious, but he makes some of the most drill type of music, talking about sliding and shooting and killing and shit, but put down the motherfucking guns, which I feel him. I'm sure he probably does win him. I mean, God, I mean, this is your community right here, and they at war and they killing like no other. Of course, you would want to be able to do that. But the kicker right there is your music is entertainment for the motherfuckers that's sliding. And if somebody listens to shit for hours and hours and hours again, and it's stuck in their head and it's in their consciousness, then it goes to their subconscious. That's how you be singing songs that you don't even like, because they stuck in your motherfucking subconscious that you don't even realize, and you motherfucking singing the song, but it's just, you've heard it so much, it's repetition, and repetition done stuck. How you think these motherfuckers that be listening to your music 24 hours, or just even if they sit in front of a TV playing Fortnite, listening to this motherfucking 21 Savage shit over and over again, fuck you think kind of freestyle energy they gonna be on, right? What kind of vibration they holding? So the entertainment, you entertaining these motherfuckers that's turning into demons by listening to your motherfucking music. Let's hear 21 Savage out real quick, but ultimately, you know, it's like, what the fuck? Like, this is what the rap game is. Oh, I mean, this is what the rap game is.
A lot of young people who come from these environments we come from that found a way to feed their family and feed a lot of people in their communities and neighborhoods by making this type of music. So it's like, what would y'all?
So he just basically said that by him making money and other people, young people at that, making legit money off this music, everything should be good. But it's kind of like selling your soul for like a jelly roll, ain't it? Like, anything goes, right? Like, man, like, and that's the cold kicker with the world right now, is that everybody would bend over backwards and do any kind of weird shit for some, you know, for whatever, for some bread. You know, good God. You know, motherfucker, look past all the flaws in somebody. If they got some bread, you got the bag, you on, shit, we don't care if you told. We don't care. We don't care about nothing. You got the bag, you feeding us, you got some money. Shit, we can get some females by being around you, man. Shit. Man, a man transgress against his brother for a piece of bread. What the fuck you think they're gonna do for a motherfucking $1,000, $5,000, $10,000? Good Lord, we just watched the Preacher Crew video before this and did the reaction on that for $500,000. This his own family member, his own uncle, set up. Come on, man. We sitting here like this is the world we live in, and the shit that we be calling real be the fakest shit in the world. And that's the kicker, is that we so blind to the shit because we see it all the time, repetition and shit too. Like we stuck on that. We stuck on that type of time. But man, we need to elevate. As human beings, we gotta elevate. We gotta lift up. We gotta be the ones to take the stand against some of this shit and don't allow it to be occupying us like that. and realize once again where this shit goes in the whole program and shit. Put this shit in the box that it belongs in. You know, take this shit out when you need to take it out, but don't take it out all the time, because motherfuckers live or die to some 21 Savage lyrics. You know, that's the coldest kicker. Motherfucker will live and die behind these 21 Savage lyrics. Especially these young motherfuckers that ain't got no guidance, and that the rap music really is like they father. You know what I mean? Shit, I be looking back, I be remembering E40 lyrics and motherfucking, maybe that's why I be on this hustler mode, you know what I mean? Shit, motherfucking ain't had no daddy. E40 had to raise me. You know what I mean? Motherfucking, I sit back here and just think though sometimes, because once again, rap is a depiction of reality as entertainment, but let's keep it moving.
Would y'all rather all the young rappers, no matter what they rap about, would y'all rather them still be in the ghetto and get killed or go to jail? Cause y'all be saying like, oh, don't rap. You rap about this. Don't a couple back to school drives. Don't change, like that's cap. I've been doing back to school drives. This is my 7th year doing it. Since the first year, me growing up. And
so yeah, salute to the backpack drives, but let's get back to the topic at hand right here. He just said that would we rather see young people going to jail or be trapped in the ghetto, but he said not put you in the box, but why would you want to put everybody else in the box? Because there's many other ways to make money other than being a rapper that gotta go against motherfucking the truth as we know it just for a few bucks. You know, if there's an Illuminati, ain't no telling what else you did behind them closed doors for motherfucking some change. You know what I'm talking about? Like, what the fuck is really going on here? Because if you would motherfucking pollute the airwaves with the shit you talk about, it ain't even real. You don't even stand behind it. You don't even stand behind your lyrics. You gonna motherfucking tell, nah, man, that shit ain't gonna work like that. Nah, so what else you be doing? What is the price on your soul? Motherfucker tell you there ain't no price, but motherfucker, you got some other shit in the middle of your eyes and shit, man. What the fuck is really going on here? Shit's wild. But yeah, salute to the backpacks.
And listening to music, I always thought music was a reflection of what was going on in the world. Like, I thought artists went through whatever they went through, grew up around whatever they grew up around, saw whatever they saw, heard whatever they heard, and went and made music based off of that. But
so they used to, yeah. At some point, this is what fucks me up, because at one point, I was still in that reality of that world. You know what I mean? I think rap played a big influence on me. Big deal, like as far as like motherfucking even living out lyrics and shit. Yeah, motherfucking. I know as a young motherfuckers I was around too, we all looked up to some of these motherfucking rappers. You know what I mean? Sebos, you know, motherfucking Brother Lynch's, Mac Dre's, you know, Tupac's, motherfucking everything you can think of. You know what I mean? And this, I feel good about it now, being about 40, right? That, you know, I feel privileged to be able to grow up in that area and experience that whole motherfucking era and that feel, and you know, shit was real, but shit's long gone from that. I be having to slap myself and wake up now and realize that motherfucking era is long gone. They ain't coming back. Real got a whole new definition right now, and I don't agree with that shit. I think that shit's terrible, and it's a shame though, because we all grow up without understanding shit right, and we gotta go bump our head, or we gotta go down this rabbit hole to figure that shit out. But man, I hope somewhere that somebody hear me with this shit right here. I hope that this land on the right ears, because I pray on that it lands on the right ears, because this shit is crazy nowadays. This whole little shit we call the game, the whole motherfucking streets, life as we motherfucking know it out here on the blacktop is motherfucking changed, and it ain't never coming back. It's the last motherfucking days.
you feel about Atlanta, like where I'm from, it's like a lot of gun violence, a lot of killings and shootings going on. And I ain't never seen nothing like this. Like, my whole life being in Atlanta, I ain't never seen it at this point that it's at right now. Like, babies getting killed, and it's just, that shit just sad. That shit make me depressed. But
that shit always been there though. It's just worse now behind the motherfucking recession that's coming, the motherfucking price of inflation. You know, the price of life is up. You know, shit, but the wages ain't. Motherfucking, they say there's more employment going on right now. More people are finding jobs, and it's easier to find them. But shit, what's really going on? You still got to work more hours of your life to pay less of your bills now. So what the fuck? So until that gets correct, it's gonna keep getting worse. What do you think your music is doing, bro? What you think your music is doing to the world at large? You know what I mean? What you think someone gets when they fully intake a 21 Savage CD? What the fuck is they? And I mean, I guess I don't know who the fuck listens to CDs and more albums, right? What do they get? What's the takeaway? What energy, what imprint are you leaving on them? The internet done spoke for you on that one right there, because the internet telling you right now, they Mr. Slide around the block 3 times. You know, they telling you right there they gonna be on some gangster kill shit right there. But you know, let's hear them out.
When I speak up on that, they say, "Oh, you a hypocrite. You this, you that. I'm gonna continue to rap how I want to rap and rap about what I want to rap about. Because like nobody's gonna stop me from doing it. Period. Like, but all that kicking it like I can't speak on what's going on because of some shit that's in music. Y'all don't do actors like that. Actors can get in a movie and kill the whole world and go hold a piece.
Rap and movies, I don't think it's the same thing, man. I don't think so. I don't think you can use that comparison right there, because ultimately, your shit right there ain't you just. But I guess he can though, right? He can do that. It's entertainment now because everybody else is doing it because it's entertainment. Because he ain't the fall off of rap. 21 Savage is not the fall off of rap, but ultimately, his generation before him has already sold out, right? They had already. And some people can even say Tupac. They be trying to say Tupac wasn't who he said he was and so forth. But let's peep it out some more.
Rally and y'all won't say shit. Video games, kids get on video games and kill 1 million people every day. Do y'all rally against fucking video games for making these video games?
So the coldest kicker about these video games is that it does motherfucking kids sit there and play this. They desensitized to a whole lot of shit. Playing in video games, the kids are sitting here killing all day. Like, that's desensitizing. We see motherfucking these mass shooters, these weirdos, motherfucking jump out with a recording device on their head and their chest while they go in here and shoot people down like it's a real life video game. But what they don't realize is when this motherfucking game over, you ain't hitting continue. You know what I mean? And we don't know what comes after this life. We don't know the penalties from taking a life. I think it's normal that we turn on our motherfucking phones and see 25 people get killed within an hour of scrolling through Instagram. Fuck no, that shit is desensitizing. Back, I remember being younger, before the computers, before the internet, you know, you had to go buy a videotape, you know, like Faces of Death, to see some of this shit. The news didn't show you the grittiness of what you see now. Now you could turn your Instagram on right now, or whatever social app you use, and you're gonna more likely see a person on the ground laying with their soul, you know, gone. Let's hear him out though.
Like, I don't get it, bro. All my good deeds that I do, I don't send them to the blogs to try and get liked because of it, or try and get like attention. Like, oh, look what I'm doing. I do a lot of shit that y'all don't know about, because that ain't what I do it for. I don't do it for recognition. I do it because I want to. At the end of the day, y'all be saying all this violence. Woo, I'm gonna rap about whatever I want to rap about. At the end of the day, that's just what it is. No, it's everybody in the world ain't killing each other. It's a lot of killing going on, but it's not the whole world. And a lot of people listen to my music. So this small percentage of people that's killing and all.
He railroading us. I think the shit he talking about right there, man, that shit is to the left side, because, man, your music is talking about nothing but killing and riding and motherfucker. What is the energy you putting out, bro? You can't escape that. You know, it don't matter if a motherfucker ain't sliding. You know, you putting that energy out right there. What do you think someone's taking away from your music once they done with it? What you think kind of impression you just left with them? That's just my opinion.
This shit that y'all saying, why ain't the other 98% of the people that listen to my music killing each other? If it's my music, that's all I want to know. If it's the what I'm rapping about, or what all these rappers.
Shit, if you ask me, the other so-called 98%, if you want to use that number, they ain't killing one another because they got a little bit more common sense maybe a little more God gifted, but I guarantee you talk about that other 2% right there, man. Believe me, they gonna hear your 21 Savage shit, and believe me, they gonna have that imprint in their head. You know what I mean? They gonna be more prone to motherfucking drill a motherfucking spin the block, you know, than they is gonna be to go out and read a book or motherfucking, you know, do a backpack drive, or, you know, remember, you know, the this, that, and the third that you did for the community on your own time. Like, the more that you go for is your music. Your music is what you really be going for, and your music leaves the biggest imprint of what you is and who you is and what you about. But maybe he don't get that.
What is this rapping about is the reason why people are dying, and like y'all want to take one. It ain't even one thing. Y'all want to take one genre of a thing and like take this like, boy, this is literal. But every other thing that's entertaining, y'all don't care about. Like, y'all don't rally against that. That ain't affecting our community. You got reality TV shows where they don't do nothing but degrade black people all day. A lot of them. It's
We all know the reality shows ain't worth shit. I don't know if y'all sit back and watch that shit, man. That's y'all, but I don't fuck with it. I think that shit is trash TV. I really don't even really be watching TV unless it's YouTube, unless I can tune into the right frequency. You feel me? Because, man, that shit is brainwashing a motherfucker. Imagine sitting around you just watching this foolish behavior. What kind of, I mean, what the hell you gonna take away from it? What example is that? What are you feeding yourself all day if you sitting there watching that type of shit? But, you know, once again, that's just my opinion.
billions of reality TV shows that come on every day, and everybody on this live watch them shows, and they don't do nothing but degrade each other, fight each other. That's all these shows be about. Y'all don't be rallying against that. Y'all don't be having no comments to make against that when it come to that type shit. That don't have an effect on the kids though, right? Video games don't have effects on kids. Movies don't have effects on kids. Oh, that's cool. Y'all can take that as just entertainment. But when
Bro, been talking about this shit, movies and video games, man. We ain't worried about that. The whole point is, what about your music? Your music. What is your music about? Who is you with your music, and who do you portray with your music, man? He railroading us, man. He got us off on a smoke screen right here. What the fuck is going on right here? I ain't trying to hear the shit about the TV, the motherfucking video game. I want to know why you feel like your music is such just entertainment, but it's a representation of you, and it's what you go the hardest at. It's what you are known for, and your music is nothing but drill music and spin the block music. So why the fuck you don't hold up to it? Just entertainment. So tomorrow you could be on some motherfucking any and everything that you want to be on, I guess, right? Free world, you know. We see it with MGK. I think MGK is the most motherfucking game goofy motherfucker that can be found out there. I mean, this motherfucker done used the culture to hop, skip, and jump into pop, and then into what he really is punk rock. And I don't know, you know, is the Illuminati using this dude for his soul or what it is, but ultimately, man, this shit is just, you know, like I guess it's just some bisexual, queer to the motherfucking game type of shit, and I don't get it, but that's my opinion.
it come to some shit that young black people from the ghetto is doing, oh, this is literal. Like, no, you're making these kids do this. That's cap. Because it's way more people that listen to my music than
You may not be making them, but you're definitely influencing them. And I think that's a big piece of the accountability that comes with making music on the level that 21 Savage makes. But I mean, look at the man's name, 21 Savage. You know what I mean? What do you really expect?
certain people that y'all talking about. But I ain't finna keep talking about this shit. I said that's how I feel. Atlanta need to chill out. This shit is getting ridiculous. Like, kids getting killed every day. I don't give a damn what I rap about. I ain't never rapped about nobody killing no child ever in none of my songs. Like,
but Bullets ain't got no name on it though. You know, you talking about spin the block 3 times. You figure out how many rounds out that clip you done let off right there. How many of them got a possibility of hitting the wrong intended target? Did you think about a wrong intended target? Don't get me wrong, I'll fuck with some 21 Savage here and there, and that shit get you in go mode for sure. But let's keep listening.
shit, I ain't right. I really want to, like, somebody, whoever disagree with what I'm saying, can somebody tell me why? It's like, why is it only a couple of people doing this? If it's the whole if it's our rap music and what we rap about is the reason and all this shit, why ain't everybody else there who listen to the music?
Now I understand what he's saying. I get where he's coming from, but it's so tough when it comes to rap music and how we view these rappers. You know, a lot of people want to test them. They don't just look at it as just like a Stephen King novel or a M. Night Shyamalan movie where people just talking or creating wild scenarios, wild gangster things and images, and just leave it like that. No.
If you make music for the street and you ain't street, that call you fake. So basically, he called himself fake by saying it's just entertainment, but he making music for the streets. But yet shows how fake the streets really is, because the streets is gonna eat up his motherfucking music. The streets is gonna bump that. The streets is gonna let it ride. Usually, your art copies your motherfucking your reality, and this is where he's saying this shit ain't his reality. He don't want the responsibilities for it, but you know. You can't just portray to be one thing and then ultimately really another. But he just told y'all that. He just told y'all that ain't real. That ain't it.
They look at these rappers as real life criminals, and they want them to continue to be real life criminals as they are millionaires as well. But 21 Savage continuously goes on platforms and say we gotta distinguish the difference between a rapper and someone actively living that gangster life. With him saying that, he wants to be able to have a distinguished difference between the type of music he's making. Let me make my music, but don't take it seriously to actually want to have a manual to go out and live to. Even Jay-Z said back in the day, Scarface the movie meant more than Scarface the raps to me. It was more influential as far as how the Scarface the movie was living, but when it comes to rap lyrics, people take these things more seriously. They condemn the rappers more. But even still, with 21 Savage doing this, with making that statement, it still should be respected. Someone that comes from the same cloth that he comes from is going to look at that tweet and think twice. Yeah, that might sound outlandish to say that just a tweet will make somebody think twice about some shit, but you never fucking know. It's better him saying something than not. Even Gucci Mane, similar situation, had a song recently put out called This and the Dead, saying we need to stop this and the dead. Now, Gucci Mane back in the days came out with a song called The Truth. This and the dead guy that was allegedly sent by Young Jeezy to come and just rob him. Gucci killed them, and then he had a song called The Truth. Dissing him. I think this was even before Old Block was really, really popular with Chief Keef and the Bang Bang and all that stuff, and dissing Tuka. I think that's his name came before that. So Gucci been dissing the dead for the longest, but then he came out with
that dissing the dead shit. That's definitely this new generation 100%, because back in the day, you know, that you didn't really hear motherfuckers doing that like at all. And now it'd be popular. Everybody smoking they op pack. Everybody motherfucking kicking over candles. You know, it's crazy because this is how far like there used to be rules and regulations. You know what I mean? But the more and more the world spins, the more and more all the everything just goes deeper and downer into the hole. In my humblest of opinions, but let's keep it going.
Recently saying we gotta stop that, and people's like, Gucci, but you are the one saying I'm smoking on Pookie Loc. How could you come here and say that? But I think that anybody is to say, okay, here's the time to stop. It is Gucci Mane, the original hip-hop boogeyman. Is he someone that we can certify because we know he has a body for sure? For sure. If he is someone that could come out and say, yo, we gotta stop this, I think people should go ahead and support these rappers that's trying to have these conversations for doing whatever they can to reform the hood, you know. Let's go ahead and give these creatives the chance they can to paint these stories and just let them be that, just stories that we don't use to be real life manuals, man. Because it's going crazy and someone got to speak, and they're not listening to squares. The hood is not going to listen to squares. They're not. They're going to listen to the real gangsters, the real ones that they respect. So with that being said, let the gangsters have the conversation.
I fuck with this channel right here, and I fuck with the dude doing the original video, right? Like, he's on point. And he just said the hood ain't gonna listen to no squares, which is true, but ultimately what the hood is looking up to and think is real ain't even real, though. That lets you know how far motherfuckers is off course, because if you listening for these motherfuckers to tell you real, then I got some oceanfront property in Idaho I'd like to sell you right now. If that's you, tap in the comments. But ultimately, that ain't how this shit work. You know what I mean? Like, the real is so out of touch. Like, we could have a magnifying glass on it and have it right in front of our face. We still ain't gonna recognize real in this day and age, in my humblest of opinions. Because the shit that we respect, this code of ethics, this type of shit, like, a lot of this shit is just motherfucking, it's a mirage, it's fugazi, it's fake. It's phony. It's like Instagram to a degree, right? Everybody's got the highlight reels, motherfucking. They ain't showing you the struggles. They ain't even showing up as who they really is. They showing up on a whole nother type of time to motherfucking get your time, to motherfucking get your dime. Ain't that a cold game? But we finish this thing out though.
And hopefully that leads to change, man. It's Way Stacy, I'm out.
Shit, that's it anyway. But yeah, that's a cold game. 21 Savage try to detour us with all that motherfucking shit about the movies and video games, but literally we watch all that shit and the only takeaway from it is that motherfucking rap is fake as a motherfucker. The rappers we listen to, they fake. Motherfucking a lot of this music and a lot of this imagery and these lifestyles that we aspire for, they fake, they fraud, they far from away, and ultimately you should be out here trying to pave your own way. You should just be living life to the terms of being able to find your happiness and your bliss and knowing where you need to be. You know what I'm talking about? God gave you a GPS, and he you know, always don't need all this shit right there to be happy. Some of y'all just need another couple $1,000s a month, and y'all be straight. Y'all be in a whole nother level of life. But ultimately, I don't know what the hang up on attaining that is. But you know, I just strive to be the best that I can motherfucking be, as real as I can be with myself. Because once you get in Hollywood, once you get into this entertainment world, you know, you lose yourself, right? The motherfucking shit just becomes motherfucking so motherfucking. It's like a plastic image of the same shit, but the vessel is empty. You know what I mean? The vessel's empty. The vessel is empty. And it's a cold game out here. So y'all keep y'all ears open. Keep y'all spirits woke. Man, it's a cold game. Don't believe what you hear. I'm out of here.